Hey, Antoine, when Sean Murphy Bunting goes down and they bring Mike in at safety and you move to the slot, I mean, how many reps did you take, if any, during the week? And how much time do you spend on trying to, to know your assignments and be that versatile during a game?
Yeah, being back there at safety, you have to know what the other DBs are doing. So I'm always taking like mental reps, even when I'm at the safety position, just knowing what the nickel's doing and where he's aligning. And throughout the week, I'll get a few reps of nickel, and then most of it is just mental though, just knowing where the nickel is and what my job is. I kind of just know what that nickel is supposed to be doing.
And another sack for you. So, we saw the safeties getting involved again in the pass rush. What's the key for you at that position to get home, to get to the quarterback?
Yeah, the key for me is just just playing hard, playing physical, being fast, and just smart with my decisions and getting home.
Thanks.
Okay, next is going to be James Palmer.
Antoine, when did you start learning the nickel spot? Because you didn't have an off season going into your first NFL year, so no OTAs, no mini. And when did you start studying that spot, thinking this is another thing you'd add on top of safety?
Yeah, I started studying that during training camp. They used me both ways. When we had nickel packages, I was a second nickel, so I would get the nickel reps, and then just in regular base and things like that, I would be at the free safety position. So I kind of learned that throughout training camp.
I know you got goals going into your first NFL season. Your name getting popped up in the discussion for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Is that one of those goals?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those goals. But there's a long season ahead of us, so I just gotta make sure I stay healthy and continue just to keep making plays.
Thanks, Antoine.
Yep.
Next is going to be Jenna Lane.
Hey, Antoine. I know last time we talked to you, you talked about your weekly FaceTime sessions with your dad and everything. What did you guys discuss in this past week's session that you'd be willing to share? I know that the previous week, you guys kind of talked about the play that ultimately led to that sack force fumble for you. Did you have another one of those instances this week?
I didn't have one of those instances this week, but we really just go over just route concepts and different things that our opponent offenses are doing just to help me to play faster. But it wasn't any instances like that this week.
And I know it was extra special for you as well because your dad was planning on coming to Denver.
Yeah.
What was that like for you to be able to play in front of him? And is he going to be back this week too?
Yeah, he'll be back this week. And it was just a cool experience, first NFL game with him there in the stands. So it was cool to just have him out there.
Thank you. What did he say to you?
Oh, he just told me that I did a great job and just to keep balling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, next is going to be Greg Allman.
Hey, Antoine, I just want to ask you, obviously you had a success blitzing out of the safety position. I'm sure you can do the same as a nickel. But just want to ask you how much of that, given the number of ways they use you, is kind of deception before the snap, and how much the kind of the gamesmanship with the quarterback to sell one thing and then do another.
Can you repeat the question, please? I couldn't really hear you.
Sorry, I was just asking about the success you've had with getting sacks on blitzes as a safety, and how much of that is deception before the snap and kind of disguising looks, and how important that is.
Yeah, that's our goal, just to give the offense a picture to look at, and then after that, just roll into whatever coverage or blitz that we're doing. So that's a big part of getting home, making a sack. If you're showing one thing, and the quarterback is calling or sliding protection one way, and then we're able to blitz from the opposite way, it just helps out with us, creating plays and getting sacks.
Thanks, Antoine.
Yep.
All right, next up we have Ed and Cena. If anyone else has a question, please raise your hand.
Antoine, kind of going along with that, a lot of people when they talk about getting to the quarterback, they talk about these tremendous, huge blitz numbers, right? Mm-hmm. But how much of it does have to do with just where you guys are providing that pressure to the quarterback versus just that you guys are blitzing often,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta give a look first and foremost. Make it look like it's coming one way when it's really coming the other way. That's the biggest key in getting sacks, getting that blitzer free. So just making sure that we're able to disguise is a huge important part of it.
And a lot of people, when they talk about Todd Bowles' defense, they talk about the fact that he finds ways to put you guys in positions to make plays, right? And obviously, You can see that from the way you've played so far. How much of it is that? And it just like what to you as kind of the young guy on this defense is the key to success and making those plays in the Todd Bowles scheme?
Yeah, I think Coach Bowles is a defensive guru. I mean, he dials it up extremely well. And for us to be successful, we have to have that play calling that he provides, which is amazing so far. And so being able to use us in so many different ways, because our defense is so versatile. We have pretty much everything in a defense. So just being able, or for him to just dial things up, it's just been a great look for us. And that will be our success this year, just being able to making sure that we're making plays out there on the field.
Okay, our last one's going to come from James Palmer.
Antoine, you ask Bruce Arians or Todd Bowles, they'll say, put on the film, and that's where Antoine is if you see the ball. Is being a ball hawk something you're born with? Obviously, technique and everything and studying gets you there as well, but is that something that you've always been? I mean, Pee Wee football, are you around the football? Is that just something that's natural?
I would say it's natural, but I mean, it also comes with a lot of hard work. If you do it in practice, you'll do it in the game. And so my goal is always to stay around the ball in practice, and then it shows up during game time. So you got to practice it all the time for it to actually happen.
Thanks, Antoine.
Yep.
All right, that's all for today. Thanks, Antoine.
Thanks, y'all.